I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Young Black America is lame, lame as hell. Now, people used to think, going back, depending on how old you are, people used to think that lame was just a phrase that was used for somebody who's square, who's weak, who's just stupid, right? Lame, however, is related to the word of means cripple. They would use that word to mean cripple, right? A lame person would be someone that would be crippled, who had a physical deformity or deficiency. And they started making reference to people being lame mentally, right? Mentally lame. People who had mental deficiencies. People who were considered stupid, right? People who were easily led. They called them lame brains, right? Now, you take a look at young Black America, ages 30 down. Sometimes you can go up to damn near 40 and down, but let's start with 30 and down, right? The hip-hop generation, the hip-hop culture, where everything was basically made hip-hop. Your news, your views, it was all done to create a childlike mentality in the people. Because the ones who came before, the generation came before, which would be my generation, we were the first generations of hip-hop. And being that we were the first generations of hip-hop, and, nobody actually knew where this music would go, there was no real creativity that went into making up this music. Why I say that is because, all a person had to do is rhyme words. There was no instruments involved. Nobody had to play anything. So, that kind of took the creativity out of that form of music. And prior to that, we had music like soul, jazz, R&B, and things like that, where you had to be a musician. You had to know how to play instruments. You had to know something about music. So that was a form of creativity that went into that music. Thus, there was intelligence involved, thinking. Creativity is sparked by intelligence, right? I'm not saying no kind of creativity went into hip-hop, because it takes, some intelligence to write rhymes, certain rap music, certain, depending on how complex the words are. However, if you look now, after 1990 to what we got now, you saw the mentality or the lyrical content go down. And with the lyrical content going down, you saw the IQ of young Black America go down, right? I dare to say this was a propaganda campaign, the same propaganda campaign that's utilized on Americans to keep them dumbed down, where certain entities control the newspapers, control the television networks, the music that comes out. They control the media outlets to keep a people dumbed down by way of propaganda. Same thing was done in hip-hop to keep a young generation, a young Black generation, dumbed down, simple-minded, stupid. And this is what you have today. You can be in New York or anywhere. The music of the day is the Southern hip-hop, right? Awful sounding music. I'm going to just say it like that. Awful. 808 kick drums, right? Everything is sex and drugs and in the club. So that tends to dumb down the mentality of a people. Got the young Black women out here, got a stripper's mentality, a hoish stripper mentality, right? Bubbleheads, airheads, right? No complete thoughts, don't care about nothing, right? Throw that in with your favorite hip-hop artist who's tattooing himself up and piercing his body parts and taking all kinds of drugs, and what do you got? You got the 2013 Black version of 1960s and 1970s white musicians, rockers, because they was doing the same thing. The same propaganda and programming that went into controlling the minds of young white America, the degenerate subclass of young white America, now goes into controlling the mindset of young Black America. just rock music and heavy metal was all switched out for what you call hip-hop today. Soulless music, producing ignorant people, lame people, people who are not creative, people who don't even know what the difference between stupid and smart is anymore. They don't know the difference between stupid and smart, right? Other than the fact that, through word association and what they've seen the stupid to mean, they really don't understand the difference beyond that. And that's the damn shame, and that is the truth, the sad truth. How you know that is because you can see the mindset of this generation, right? They in clubs doing all kinds of, like I said, what they call recreational drugs, right? The stupidity is at an all-time high, right? The thoughts are incomplete. They're not bringing anything creative out of this generation, right? Only thing this generation is producing, young black men, the only thing it's producing is a bunch of convicts, future young men who are headed back to slavery. But that's what the propaganda was meant to breed. Black men standing around the hood smoking weed all day with their pants hanging off their ass, tattooing themselves up, talking about they love that life, right? If you notice, these record companies, they went down to the South and got the most ignorant sounding music, noise. I don't even want to call it music, noise, right? And they pushed it on everybody. Now, if you notice, the New York rap done disappeared. The L.A. rap done disappeared, and it's all Southern stuff because they went and did that purposely to get the most ignorant sounding music they can possibly get, the most ignorant sounding noise. I don't even want to call it music that they can get, with the most submental lyrics. Submental, purposely, to produce a kind of people. If you play a message and a music over and over and over again, they've done studies that this can basically shape the minds of a people. It can make them ignorant. It can make them smart. If you sat up here and you did a test for about 2 years and you played so-called rap music or hip-hop, whatever you want to call it, and you played intelligent messages about chemistry and medical experiments and science and whatever else you want to drop in there, I bet you in 2 years you produce children who are talking like that, children who have a zest and zeal for science, right, for medicine. Right? I told this rapper one time, because he was trying to break into the so-called hip-hop thing, the market, and, he's talking about he's trying to drop knowledge and whatever. Burnt out 5%. I tried to tell him, I said, well, why don't you do the different thing? Because he was like, he was going to drop some music, and, he was just going to fall into the groove of the wax and just do the ignorant stuff, the nonsense. And I said, why don't you go against the grain and produce intelligent, good-sounding music and rap over it and say something intelligent? I'm talking about scientific stuff. Why don't you do that? Something that people ain't doing. Oh, yeah, but ain't nobody going to buy it. How you know if you ain't tried? They're not going to buy. Like I said, they're not pushing anything out of New York anyway, because the whole focus is on producing a propaganda-sounding music, producing a culture, quote-unquote hip-hop culture, that is dumb and ignorant. And when they get down to the end of that stupidity and ignorance, they will be headed back into bondage. When the ignorant black man, young black America, ignorant young black woman, they can't survive out here, where there's no more programs, when there's no more jobs, when there's no way for them to make money other than to sell drugs or rob and steal, or the young girls to sell their ass or strip or do whatever, because that's being made to look glamorous in young black America. That's the focus. Hustle, right? What does a hustler do? A hustler, the real term for hustler back in the 70s and in the late 60s was one who sold their body for sex. So a hustler, being that that's a hustler mentality, and that was introduced heavily in the so-called hip-hop scene, right? What is it producing? It's not producing an intelligent people or hard-working people. It's producing the people who are just trying to make a buck. To do what? To buy material nonsense, right? To to do anything to buy material nonsense, to produce a bunch of lame-brained people who only live to party, get high, right, and be zeros. Be zeros. They don't even think that they're zeros. They think that they're winning. A bunch of 2013 remote-controlled slaves on their way back to the plantation through the penal system. Because, as I said, when the black man can no longer work a job or hustle or do whatever he's doing, because he's cutting out of school, he can't read. He's ignorant. He's uneducated. He's illiterate. There's no jobs for him anyway. What is he going to do? He's going to go to the block and hustle, right? He's going to try to do something, anything to make money, right? And he's not thinking about the consequences of that, because he has an ignorant soundtrack playing in the background called hip-hop that tells him go out and hustle, sell dope, push snow, be the snowman, right? You see that the BMF thing they was pushing, right? The Black Mafia family thing they was pushing. You know, that should be, you go look, I tell people anywhere, go look at that documentary, the Black Mafia family, right? These guys, BMF. I was watching that documentary on YouTube, and only thing I could say about that is that should be a cautionary tale to intelligent men who are coming out of the black race. That let their life be a cautionary tale. See, because the black man, that's the mentality of the black man today. Everything is a goddamn joke. Everything is ball till you fall. Everything is get money, get some hoes, get this, that, and the third. And you young black women and young black America, you perpetuate this foolishness because you want to lay up with these Lil Wayne, Young Jeezy, whatever the hell, Jay-Z characters, Kanye. You want to lay up with these characters. These guys who are trying to be the image of these guys. They're trying to push these people up to be the image of. And what do? You lay down with them. You have babies with them, right? And you push out another generation of lames. People who are lame mentally, right? And who are becoming lame physically. What do I mean by that? If you black men sit around here and smoke your brains out, and you in the hood and you eating all kinds of garbage, you pushing garbage in from greasy chicken and the Arab spot, the greasy Chinese food, you pushing all this BS into your body. Fast food from Burger King and McDonald's, right? That they done processed. Then what happens? You're becoming lame physically, right? Half you black men can't even run down the damn block. You are catching heart attacks. Half you black men, y'all getting diabetes. Y'all getting old man ailments. People who are lame mentally and physically are people who are on their way out. These young black men and black women are young or old enough, or young enough, I should say, to be my children if I started young. And you all make me glad that I didn't have children in my 20s. You make me glad. Young black America makes me glad that I didn't have children in my 20s. It makes me proud to know that I can start in my 40s, or if I choose to start, until this generation is totally gone. Right? But we're going to go in depth about that, why this is taking place, why this really happened. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkarayzz, and this is State of Mental Radio, and tonight we're talking about why the hell young black America is so damn lame, why they lame mentally, why they lame physically. Why is it that we don't see anything coming out of this generation? I'm not saying there's not a chosen few sparklers out there, people who are bright, intelligent people who are waking up. I encounter these people all the time, and I implore you young brothers and sisters who listen to the broadcast who want to come up out of this, because this, unfortunately, this young black America, this disaster called young black America is engulfing the minds of a lot of young black people today, people who are in darkness, people who are not thinking for themselves, people who are just basically a bunch of robots who are following one ignorant-ass program of stupidity. Written and produced, as I said, I made the joke about it, written and produced and directed by Lil Wayne, executive produced by Jay-Z, co-produced by Nicki Minaj for you black women. Submitted for your ignorant approval, right? This is the death of young black America. Why are you so lame with a capital L? You don't think for yourselves. You do nothing that is complete. You are incomplete people because you were the offspring or the spawn of incomplete people that would be my generation. I had a chance to complete myself. I had a chance to evolve mentally. Unfortunately, many of you will not. Many of you will not. Some will. Same way a lot of young cats who I grew up with in the hood, because I was in the streets before. I'm not speaking high-handedly. I was in the streets before. I've been in the streets. I done did it all. Been in the streets, held them guns. I'm not going to go into all that, but I did it all. Right? You wouldn't know it maybe to listen to me talk, but I've been there. I grew up in Brownsville, East New York, one of the toughest neighborhoods in New York City, in the projects. And I watched all my contemporaries, all the guys I grew up with, all the guys who, because I said it used to be a time where you had a few rotten apples in the batch. And I was halfway spoiled, but then I refreshed myself. But we had a bunch of rotten apples and whatnot. We had we already knew who was going to jail, who was going to get locked up, who was going to be hustling, who was going to die in the streets. You could pretty much pick them out. And if the stats of it changed and whatnot, then it would surprise you. But we pretty much was on the mark, and it happened just like that. I could say 42 years later, I could say it happened just like that, because a lot of the guys I came up with, they dead or in jail. Now we got a whole goddamn generation that's on their way to jail or into the graveyard, because that's the mindset of young black America. Live fast, die young, or because there's really no future. You might as well say live fast, die young, because if you ask them about the future, they can't really draw a picture for you. They don't really draw a picture for you, right? It's a lot of simple-mindedness. They're not thinking that far, And people might argue and say, well, young people don't think that far. They're young, they're going to outgrow it. No, this is far worse than anything that we've ever experienced. The people who can't see that, there's something wrong with you. You got, of course, because I had somebody challenge me on Facebook and say, oh, well, you're getting down on the young generation just like the elders got down on us. You're going to push them further away. A lot of them are gone. A lot of them are gone. A lot of them are gone. They already gone. They're not trying to hear nothing. They're not trying to hear nothing. There's nothing you can say to them. The ones who will listen, that's what this message is for. It's meant to get the apples that are not spoiled away from the spoiled ones. It used to be a time when you could remove some of the bad apples, the ignorant apples. I don't even get into good and bad, the ignorant apples, and you could save the smart ones. Now it's damn near like you got to throw the whole damn barrel away. It's like you got to throw the whole damn barrel away, right? Because, like I said, they've been too heavily influenced. They've been they've been thrown into a trance by this ignorant music. And somebody said in the chat room, yeah, crack babies. Yeah, that's some of it. Some of you black women, y'all was under the influence of all kinds, not just crack, but that weed too. Because a lot of y'all think, oh, I ain't smoking crack, I just smoke some crack, smoke some weed and whatnot. Yeah, you don't know what they spraying on it. A lot of chemicals are sprayed on the weed. A lot of chemicals, like I said, that stick to you black men's sperm. And when you ejaculate into the woman, right, you turn out little brain-dead offspring, children with autism. You wonder why your kids, because that's starting to become a big thing, or starting to be a real epidemic amongst black people, turning out children with autism. That's linked to a lot of you black men smoking this weed with all that crack, or that nonsense sprayed on it, embalming fluid, whatever the hell they spray on it to mess the minds of you black men up and to mess this next generation up. It sticks to your sperm. It goes in the woman. You understand? And it messes up the minds of the children. Or you black men, y'all doing the same thing. And by the time you hit 18, 19, 20 years old, your body's a goddamn toxic waste dump. Because with the fast food, the stupid music, the perms, right? Whatever poison you shoveling into your goddamn face. A lot of you black women, like I said, y'all got diabetes at 25, 30 years old. And I've seen the epidemic. Y'all big as hell, right? Y'all, like I said, y'all warehousing yourselves like cattle, right? You don't value yourselves anymore. You don't think much of yourselves anymore. You'll lay down with anybody, right? Because that's what is promoted here. The whorish black woman. They make the whorish black woman look glamorous. It's all a program. It's all a propaganda-style program to dumb down young black America and make them lame. Why? Because my generation that came before, they didn't do that much to leave you anything. My father did a little better to leave us something to grow on. So it started to trickle down. It started to fade out gradually as we went on. And I said part of the reason is because we were both raised on the same kind of music. I started on hip-hop, and this generation that could have been my children, and they're 20 years old and down, that could have been generation 2 that was raised on hip-hop. You can't raise 2 generations of people on the same kind of music. There has to be a gap. You have fathers and sons. I said this before. I'm going to say it again. Fathers and sons are not supposed to be homeboys. Mothers and daughters are not supposed to be homegirls. You are her mother. She is your daughter. You are the authority. She is the one who's supposed to be listening to you. Y'all not hangout partners. But y'all don't get that. I'm going to take a call. 248. 248. You're on the line, 248. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I was just listening, brother. It's a good show. I'm just listening.
Okay, no problem, brother.
All right.
This is an epidemic. Like I said, there is no future ascension. The whole point in turning out Lil Waynes and Nicki Minaj's and people like your Jay-Z's who in their 40s who walking around with his pants hanging off his ass. The whole point of turning out those type of people is to turn out a degenerate race of people, a degenerate future generation, and it's working. That's what they get paid for. That's why they're paid. They're paid to be role models. The very thing they say they don't want to be. The very thing they say they don't want to be. They're getting paid to do that. I'm not totally blaming it on the music industry. It helps, though. It helps because your children or this generation had run to the TV. They run to music videos. They run to stupid music because my generation, like I said, the dumbing down of the generation started with my generation in 1990 when I was 20 years old. The dumbing down of my generation started then, right? And a lot of us are still in recovery phase. A lot of you black men in your 40s and whatnot who are around my age, y'all still walking around with your pants off your ass. You still smoking weed. You still in a a haze of weed. And you trying to explain why that is. Except for giving the real answer, which was you was mentally weak. And you produced mentally weak children. Because while you was getting blunted up, you was getting hazed up, you didn't give a damn about what was coming through your bloodline and your genetics. You didn't give a damn about who you was laying down with, making babies with. You didn't care about that. It was just about Yankee hats and Yankee fitteds or baseball fitteds and a pair of sneakers to keep you black men like in a childlike transient state. While you got white men and your white counterparts, Asian counterparts, they going to college, they becoming doctors and lawyers. You on the damn corner smoking blunts all day. They jogging down the block around you, thinking about what they going to write in their term paper. You stand on the corner smoking weed all day, being a zero, and that's going on in every goddamn hood in the city. In the country. A bunch of black men hopeless. So what kind of children you going to turn out? Even if there is a bright one amongst your children, you're going to make sure you put the goddamn light out because you want your children dumb like you. Even if there's a glare of hope, a lot of you black men, you black women, you put out the lights in your children just because you want them dumb like you. You don't want to shield them from the darkness. You don't want to try to make their lives better. And you see You see the product of that now in Generation Lame, which is what I refer to it as, where they standing up on the train or they at the bus stop where they got damn video cameras filming fights like a bunch of goddamn animals. They filming fights and putting them on YouTube. They scheduling gang fights to go and fight and then film it and put it on YouTube. You know what that is? You know what that is? You know what the white man? You know what that? Not even just to hell with the white man, but you know what that is? That's what do you call that? That wild animal show? That's National Geographic. That's really when you watch the animals fighting. That's what it looks like. That's the mentality that you black men and black women are sunk to in this generation, and that my generation knows. I'm ashamed to say that produced that generation. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I don't hear the so-called black power community standing up for that. I hear them yelling about the white man this and the white man that, but they not standing up taking responsibility for their own kids. And it's madness that's going on in young black America, because this is supposed to be your future. I don't hear the conscious community speaking about that. No, you know why? Because the conscious community, they part of the foolishness too. They walking around talking about conscience with their pants hanging off their ass, wearing Yankee hats and $250 foam Nike sneakers. But then they want to talk about black power and consciousness and then put on costumes like certain people do. They wearing the damn Prada sneakers too. So that's the perfect example to send to this generation here. Perfect example. You a living example. I'm going to take another call. 512.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You were talking about bad apples, smart apples, intelligent apples, and ignorant apples. Like, I was wondering, like, what are you saying about, like, what are you saying about that?
What am I saying about? I'm saying young black America, majority of young black America is finished. Majority of y'all minds are burnt out. I don't know how old you are. You seem young, but the majority of your generation is done, man. They burnt out. They not trying to listen to nothing. For the ones who are, the intelligent ones who this message goes out to try to resurrect them. You understand? This is who this for. But the majority of your generation is finished. Y'all burnt out on weed, mollies. Half y'all can't even speak a clear sentence. Y'all going, man. And y'all not trying to get yourselves together.
All right. But we still maintain, we still gonna get to what your age is, regardless on how we do it and when we do it. You know what I'm saying? So you were talking about your generation produced it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but how can you be sick of something that you produced?
Well, like I said, that's why I'm trying, and what I'm doing to try to make a difference in the ones that are like that, the ones who are going to listen. But ultimately, it's your decision, because there you go again. That's something you inherited from your older generation of black men, blaming somebody else. You know what you're doing is wrong when you smoking weed and popping Molly. What the hell y'all doing? Y'all know what you're doing. Y'all don't have to do that. You choose to do that because you want to be part of the culture. That's a part of young black America. Y'all so lame, y'all just want to be down with anything that's popular, no matter how ignorant it is. Y'all don't think for yourself. You don't know the difference between smart and ignorant. That's why, like I said, you could produce a culture of people that walk around with their pants off their ass, tight pants, whatever the white man throw in y'all face. Y'all just mimic it and just live it out.
Nah, well, that's not me in my case. I'm a very intelligent, bright young man, and I'm black, and I'm just fine with that. You know, I feel like I'm royalty because of my skin, and that's just being me. Yes, sir.
You smoke weed?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's fine. My grades, A's and B's, and I play football, do mighty well at it.
Okay. You play football. What are you gonna be when you finish school?
Okay, I'm gonna be a veterinarian.
Oh, you're gonna be a veterinarian. How far you think you're gonna go? How far you think you're gonna go smoking that weed and whatnot? And you don't even know what's being sprayed on.
But if I want to smoke it, I'm gonna smoke it regardless because I'm me.
Yeah, there you go. No, it's not because it's you. You doing it because you seen somebody else do it.
No.
That's part of the culture. You black men, y'all just doing because you following the culture. And how long it takes. Because I seen guys like you. I grew up with cats like you where y'all was smoking the weed. They started out good smoking the weed till somebody put something on it because that's what they doing with it. They spraying stuff on it. Next thing you know, you black men, y'all like one brain cell short of being walking monkeys. Next thing you know, you stand around the hood, all your dreams going because you don't know what the hell is being put on there. I'm sure you ain't growing it.
Well, yes, we are. But anyway.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it.
I remember I was listening to you not too long ago, but you did say you did it all. Well, like, what do you mean that you did it all? Apparently,
I was
in the streets too, right?
Yeah, I was in the streets, but my thing was, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, my thing was about money. I was about getting money. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't about standing around, and I'm not glorifying what I did. I own it and I own up to it, but I was about getting money. I was never about abusing myself. You know,
yeah,
you know, I was never no smoker. You know what I'm saying? Or no drinker. Like that. I was about money.
So am I.
Okay, well, like I said, depending on how you trying to get money and whatnot. Like I said, that whole culture, you know what I'm saying, this whole culture, this whole generation, like I said, it's just about the money. But like I said, there's no end all or be all focus, no higher focus beyond just getting money.
It is a higher focus than getting money. It's being successful.
And then what? Once you get the money, then what?
What do you mean? Being successful, I want to learn. I want to be more intelligent than I am the next day. I want to learn something every single day because that's just who I am. I'm not dumbfounded. I'm not stupid. I'm not ignorant, as you would say. And I'm black. And I'm trying to prove you wrong. I'm trying to.
A black person might have to save your life.
Yeah, a black person may have to save your life one day, and you're talking down on them. Why? What's your reason?
Why are you turning this into a me against that? I'm trying to explain the mindset, the mentality of these people. You sticking up for the ignorance. You sticking up for that. You telling me a black person might save my life one day. You mean an ignorant person? Well, let me give you a little history lesson on black people doing something for each other. It's always the bright people, the intelligent ones that are coming from amongst the black race that end up doing something. So if somebody does something that is intelligent, that means you had a flash of intelligence or brightness in you. The majority of the black race, like I said, they not trying to do nothing for each other. They got this kill, cutthroat mentality, and y'all trying to marry on to that because if you were not like that, if you are not like the scum of our people, the ones of our people who are in the darkness trying to constantly blame somebody for whatever and want to fall under that submental mindset, then you would be trying to separate from that. You wouldn't be a part of the culture.
Now, just a second, man. Now, because now I'm finna jump in, I got a question for you. Because do you say black people, they not doing this, or they not thinking smarter and this and that, but like I said, we would like to prove you wrong because right now, it's still more black people than it is mentalians. It's billions of black people. So don't disrespect our sacred arts. But this is what I'm saying. I got
sacred arts.
Yeah,
sacred
all
arts.
this music. The name changes. You can call it hip hop. You can call it rap. It's still music. We feel that this sounds good. This is a form of entertainment that keeps us in a certain mind frame, to keep us going, to keep us moving, keep us thinking and hustling.
You don't even produce the music. You sitting up here talking about something you don't even produce. That music is produced by the white man. If you want to call that music. Music is what people set up and played instruments and did, not some white man who programmed some 808 kick drum in some damn studio and just gave it out to y'all, and some Negro running his mouth talking about how many holes he done screwed, how much dope he done pushed. That's what you want to feed a generation on?
No, fam, because it ain't even like that. I produce music. I'm a real musician. I'm not just a rapper. That's just for this era. When I say I'm a musician, I play instruments. I play the piano. I play the saxophone. I play the violin. Yeah, it might not sound like you saying the South not doing nothing. We just listening to beats. No, real people understand. Real kings recognize real kings. Real recognize real. Like no matter what you calling yourself, black, bright, if you speaking real, you speaking true, they gonna understand what you're talking about. No questions asked. What's already understood don't even have to be said on the cool. But this was my question to you. You got to remember, like some of these boys, young black generation, smoking drugs, smoking embalming fluid, as you say. I call it holy water. But look, hold on, wait a minute, before you pass me, man. You gotta remember, because we not doing like the white people did. We're actually experimenting on ourselves and then telling. We're actually being doctors in the field. Some of it is self-medication. Some people can't think. They can't even start their day without a blunt in the morning. And you see how people act when they don't have their drugs, what you would call negative. Like I told you, it's evolution. They figured out when you come here, you start drinking breast milk. Then you start eating food. Then you grow up and then you start smoking. Then you grow up and start taking pills. Then you do some other shit. It's different forms of consumption. I'm not saying it's ignorant. I'm not saying it's intelligent. But you got to give us respect, Black royalty, because we not just doing this because it's fun. Look, people like you talking all this negative shit. We do this to get away from that.
Negative. Okay, so all right, you know what?
We try to feel good. We try to feel good.
You know
we can stop hearing this bullshit.
You feel I'm speaking negative?
No, we feel, a whole race of people feel that you speak.
No, you're not a whole race. You speaking for yourself and the few people who doing what you doing. I don't smoke weed. I don't know where this madness come from when you talking about some evolution where we got to get high in the morning. That's you. Don't make that everybody.
It sounded like you trying to make another religion. How do you feel? What is the purpose of religion?
Now I'm trying to make another religion.
You sounded like a Christian. Oh, if you're not like
I don't sound like no Christian. Listen, black man, let me tell you something, black man.
If you're not a mentarian,
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, black man. Black man, let me tell you something. You can smoke all the weed you want. You can pop all the mollies you want. Wait a minute. You can pop all the mollies you want. You can smoke all the weed you want. You got a problem. Like I said, you don't got to listen to me. You come on and listen to me, and then you want to come up here and tell me, oh, I'm with you, I'm supporting what you're saying. Then when I don't say what you want me to say, or I'm not uplifting this BS that y'all do that you call a life, where y'all smoking weed all day and popping or whatever the hell y'all doing, then I'm being negative because I don't support your mental lifestyle. I ain't trying to tell you to uplift that lifestyle, but you got to understand there's some people that are smarter than just living the way. It might look like they just selling drugs. They doing some other stuff. They real chemists. They real scientists. Scientists.
Building weapons. People we building weapons. What you mean who they helping? We helping our racist people because the white man don't know shit about what we doing. The white man don't know shit about what the fuck we doing until right now. I'm building weapons, nigga. Boy, them black race is coming for your ass, boy.
Yeah. All right. Goodbye. There you go. There you go. That's the ignorant black man. There you go. Talking about building weapons. Yeah. I tell you what. Go tell that to the white man and whatnot. Don't come listening to my radio broadcast no more. Don't call back here no more because y'all talking madness. You don't like what I'm saying, don't answer my phone. Don't speak. But that's the black man for you. That's the demon coming out of the black man. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't listen. I've been pretty accurate tonight. Don't listen. Negroes always want to come up here. Like I said, I already knew he was going to get the demons out. 510.
Ooh, man.
See the demons come out?
Oh, man, they don't understand. They standing up for ignorance.
Yeah, there you go. That's the damn black man for you. He want to come up here and tell me I'm wrong because of what I'm saying. Like I said, you ain't got. Why are you listening to me? If come on, we building weapons and we coming for you. Niggas ain't doing nothing. Go smoke your bong in the corner and be zeros like you doing in the hood. You Negroes ain't doing nothing because you stand up for stupidity. Go, like I said, go talk that talk. You niggas can't even stand up to the white local police. You ain't going to do nothing. Tired you black men selling wolf tickets talking about what you going to do in this day and time. You ain't doing a damn thing. You Negroes ain't going to do nothing but locked up in jail somewhere in a cage like monkeys.
Man, that shit is, woo. That shit is lightweight embarrassing, man. God,
yeah, it is. It's sad. It's very sad. They proved my point. You know what? I'm going to thank you, bro, for calling in. Mike Rich, thanks for calling and proving my point about young black America. You hear the madness right there. You just, instead of just keeping your mouth closed and just listening, just fall back. It's not for you. Obviously not. It's not for you.
Man, that's
you know,
kind of ignorant, man. You niggas need to go and archive this show and listen to yourself, man. I swear, man. If you don't hear the ignorance in yourself, you really need to move on because you sound really bad, bruh. Y'all sound real bad. And I hear someone was like Cyrano de Bergerac in the back. You know what I'm saying? Telling the other caller what to say. Man, come on, man. Y'all niggas need to really get it together, man. But one thing's for sure. I don't believe that you need to be listening to this show. And if you listen, don't call in because, man, you don't have anything to add. You know,
but like I said,
part of the
black
world church. They're part of the world church, man, and that's it, and that's all.
Yeah. Now you know what? If I was some white man up here and I was saying, the black man really needs to get himself together in the name of Jesus or something like that. You know what these Negroes they do? They tell me I'm trying to form a church and whatnot. I clearly that's what's prove you Negroes don't listen to nothing. Now if I was a white man talking about Jesus saves and loves and and we need to embrace the world and and this that and the third and I didn't speak about they nonsense and whatnot, which like I said, I don't care how much weed y'all smoke. You know what I mean? Like I say, smoke your brains out. I don't care. We talking about the people who looking for a better way. I've been saying that. I'm not interested in saving the black race. I'm interested in saving the bright ones in the black race. You don't like it, don't listen. But you're not going to come up here and tell me what to say. And all that talk about what y'all going to do, you ain't going to do nothing, man. Knock it off, man.
Justifying the bullshit.
Yeah, justifying being on drugs.
Yeah, man, we're chemists. Man, you sound like
these niggas will say anything, man. They out their mind, man.
Fool, man.
Yeah, they out their mind. Man. Yeah, just like the black man and the 5%, they sole controllers of the universe, and they can't even get down. Say, okay, you the sole controller of the universe. Get your people out the position they in.
For real. Quit tagging up my walls and shit down the street.
Yeah, right.
Man,
that's the only good they could do.
You know what? I couldn't fathom that someone was gonna call in and say anything negative about what you were saying. I just couldn't. I knew no one was gonna be able to, and it happened.
Yeah.
And it's probably not. It's probably not over. It's probably not over.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it's not. But you know what? Like I said, the white man hides the truth, and the black man hate the truth. You know what I mean? That's why they mad like that. The truth bring the demons out. And for you people who sit up here in the chat room and talking about what the white man got to do with this, like I said, y'all the ones that's producing this music. Now, of course, the black man helps you out in singing this garbage. Of course, he helps in spreading the poison, but y'all produce it and you put it out. You know what I'm saying? Those of you who listen to you own the big record outlets and corporations that put this garbage out. So don't sit up here and act like y'all ain't doing this on purpose or y'all ain't got nothing to do with it. You got a piece to do with it. Yeah, you got something to do with it. But the black man plays like a puppet. Like I said, you black and white man, you play off each other hand in hand. That's why we saying we producing a damn bright race. To hell with all of y'all.
Yeah,
those of you who don't like it, like I said, go to hell.
They tell the niggas what they can put out.
Oh, of course.
The concept of what's in the music. They have to put that music out like that. They're being paid to do so.
Of course, of course.
I mean, just like any other program, they just used it. They used it just like any other program that they're using for so-called world domination or what have you. But now, when this is a great topic, man, it was just so funny that someone could call in and rebut what you were saying. But it ain't over, baby. It ain't over.
Oh, well, hey, man, listen, like I said, it's whatever, man. I'm built to last with this thing, man. These Negroes, go ahead, man. I'm built to last. I've been out here in the street. And for Green Beasley in the chat room who asking me, have I smoked weed before? Yeah, I tried it, and I didn't like it. Because I'm not a gateway type of dude, and I'm not a hoe because I can't see myself giving money to somebody to hurt myself. You know what I mean? That's what young black Americans have become, a bunch of hoes. Anytime you're going to give your money to somebody to poison yourself, you're going to give money to poison yourself. And you can listen to the damn black man, he talking. He can't even put two words together. He talking slow. I'm like, what animal you going to work on? Wouldn't be none of my animals. Veterinarian. Nigga, please.
Oh, my God. And it just kills me when they tell you what you need to respect and all that shit.
Yeah. They don't talk to the white man like that. They don't talk to their master like that. They don't talk to the white man like that. They talk, you need to respect us. Nigga, please. Y'all don't respect yourselves. calling
him
with that damn
foolishness.
They don't tell the white man when the white police come, he got his knee in these niggas' backs on the floor, ass up, faces down. They ain't got nothing to say. Man, why are you doing this? That's what they got to say.
All they gonna do is turn their camera phones on, and ain't shit gonna come of it.
Yeah, Man, put it on YouTube so they can try and get a lawsuit.
It's ridiculous, but we moving, man. We moving.
We moving.
See it. I feel it. You know what I'm saying?
We moving.
We setting up shit. Niggas don't even see it, man. It's coming though. It's going down. Hey,
tell
man,
him,
go on with
Reg, tell him. Silly Negroes, tricks are for kids.
Really though.
Silly Negroes, tricks are for kids. Let me take this next call, Reg.
Go ahead, bro. I'll talk to you.
All right, we'll talk.
All right, peace.
Peace. You young cats got to grow up, man. Understand, this is tough love, man. We're trying to show y'all some love, man. Sometimes when you get a spanking, you get a backlash across your back, you got to take that, man. You understand? We are to blame. I said that our generation is to blame for this, and we're trying to straighten you up. That's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to hurt y'all, man. I'm trying to help y'all, wake y'all up. We ain't gonna put sugar on cereal and shit and tell y'all, what y'all doing is right. We ain't telling you that. We telling you what you doing is wrong, man. Ain't nobody telling you. See, like I said, it's not gonna be till the white man puts you in jail. That's when you'll listen to him. He'll be your authoritarian figure. Because you should have listened to somebody else who was trying to spit some wisdom to you. Wasn't trying to tear you down, trying to build you up, trying to get y'all to stop with the ignorance, man. We'll take a next call. 314. 314, you're on air.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi. I was calling because it's a really good show, and I think this is a great topic to talk about the music that is being played in today's society. And I think people take it just... What?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I think people just take it a little bit too lightly because they think, oh, it's just music, we're having fun. And they don't realize that this music is controlling their minds. And, and it's sending them a message to do things. And they're thinking, oh, it's just, it has a good beat and we're just having fun. But they don't realize it is like literally programming their mind. So, the man that called in, I don't think he hurt himself because he was saying stuff about smoking weed and it helps him and all these things, but like you said, they're putting all kind of chemicals and poisons in this weed. It's not just like a natural herb anymore.
No.
So I think the caller just totally missed it as far as, it's not just music. It's a way to control the masses. And if you listen to a white radio station, you don't hear them, oh, shake your ass, do some drugs, popping mollies. They're not going to let their kids listen to that kind of music. It's always in the black community. And people fail to see that. Like, if you look as far as, like, the perspective is concerned, you have the white society and you have the black society. And it's very clear to see that they are living in a way that's being productive and they're producing productive citizens where if you look in the black community, that's not being done. You got a lot of drugs, a lot of poverty, and I just want people to really listen tonight about the message that you're saying because this is really an important topic. It's not just the music. It's the piper controlling the string. So, it's a good show. That's all I wanted to say. I just really want people to listen to this because this is very important about the music that the industry is playing in the black community because this is how they're controlling the black community through the music and the mind.
Yes,
definitely. So that's all I really wanted to say.
Thank you, sister. Very perceptive. And also let me add in that this is a way of life that's being produced, an ignorant way of life that's being produced in young black America. Anytime you're going to come and call in here and stand up for getting high and stupidity and whatnot, that's like a dope fiend calling in here and standing up for shooting heroin. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
He gonna stand up for shooting heroin. But it's only until, like I said, let those who are listening to this broadcast, let those people serve as these people that call in with the ignorance. Let them serve as a cautionary tale on what this kind of weed and this stuff they spraying on it does to your brain. Thank you for calling in, sister.
No problem.
All right. Take the next call. 917 917, you're on air.
Yes, this is Denzel Manfez. What's going on, brother?
Brother Denzel, what's going on?
Yes, not so much. I'm just hearing, this is a wonderful topic I would like to add, and it's just sad because you hear how passionate these callers are, and they're trying to prove you wrong, but at the same time, they're making themselves sound stupid. And
they prove me right every time they open their mouth and call in. They the living example of young black America right there.
And they make things worse. These are constant callers. They listen to your broadcast and they say how they like your broadcast and how they're for what you're for, but then they still smoke weed and doing all these stupid things and all that. So I mean, it's just sad, but at the same time, it's beautiful because it just shows truth in everything you're saying.
Yeah. This is Generation Lame, Generation Zero, right here. Like I said, we trying to reach out to the bright luminaries, the ones in Generation Zero right now, Generation X, the lame generation, and trying to raise them up. Like I said, when I see young brothers, like the young brother in the state of Cartel Menquez, young brother up there, like I said, these brothers ain't out here smoking weed and whatnot. So don't try and equate what you doing in your life with everybody. Everybody's not blowing their brains out. Everybody not sitting around here getting high. Everybody not sitting around here talking a bunch of madness and making stupid threats and whatnot. Everybody's not doing that. People, some of us are being productive, and if you don't like that, like I said, get inside your little cubicle with your people and do what you do. Build for yourself. Don't go against me. Like I say, go and do, like, if you want to go up there and be pharmacists and chemists and whatnot in your little world, go ahead and set that up. Why do you come and listen to my show and try to combat me? Don't listen. You got a freedom not to listen. Obviously, something is drawing you here to make you keep listening to me. I tell you, stop listening to me. Why you keep? Because obviously the truth is burning you. The truth is burning your ass. That's why you want to keep listening. You don't like it, but you can't stay away from it. Don't listen. You told me last time, 248. You told, I guess that, no, not 248. I'm sorry, the brother 314. You told me that was the last time I was going to be hearing from you. So why are you still calling here?
You know what?
Negroes can't stay away from the truth. Even when you doing ignorance, you still can't stay away from the truth. So,
man, I don't know you don't drink, but this is like a perfect time to pop champagne, man, because I think more of our people are waking up, man. But don't worry, we'll be drinking one. We'll be up celebrating to bright water.
Definitely. Yeah, you got a lot of echo going on in the background. Somebody said you sound like you're in a windstorm. But anyway.
You got you. All right, I just wanted to say that, brother. But yeah, I got you.
Yeah, well, Green Beasley says I make absolutely no point. And what the hell are you listening for, Green Beasley? Because you stay listening to my show. I've seen you a few times. You, like I said, you want to these Negroes want to come up here and stay justifying smoking weed. They want to justify. That just shows you they a bunch of zeros. This Green Beasley guy. Your whole argument is around, have you ever smoked a joint? Have you ever got high? Have you ever got lifted? No. And, like I said, I tried and I didn't like it. But I prefer to be in a clear mindset on the level, on going above the level of the people that are controlling you, that smoke, that put the weed here for you Negroes to smoke, to keep you in a haze, where you playing goddamn video games till you 40 years old, where you sitting around the hood, standing on the corner, being selling drugs to each other, shooting each other. No, I don't want to be part of that. That's the black culture. That's black America today. I don't want to be in this club with y'all while y'all shooting the club up and acting like a bunch of savages. No, thank you. You telling us that's what we supposed to aspire to, and that's all how we supposed to be? No, you do that.
You want to know something? I'm not gonna hold you too long, brother, but they're talking and they're trying to justify everything they're doing because they're afraid to make a sacrifice for themselves.
Of course. I made this ultimate sacrifice in my life. I done stopped doing all that, and I didn't need no God, no religion, or nothing like that. I used my intelligence and my mind. I saw myself in the future, and I would not dare play myself in the future by staying the way I was. You guys want to play yourself and stay the way you are in this day because you don't see no change coming. So that's y'all. Don't interfere with our change. You don't like it, don't listen. That's all I could tell you.
Absolutely right.
All right.
Thanks, brother.
All right, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, thank you.
Brother Menfez. 757. 757, you're on the air.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
What's going on?
Yeah, man. It's like the sister said, it's a great topic, man. Like, I kind of feel like since you do have, and I think you already knew it was going to be a real heavy topic, just like that time when you had the sex topic, you already knew everybody was gonna call in on that. So I think when the people that call in from Texas, whatever, I know they still listening or whatever. You made the statement and said, look, I'm trying to show you tough love. You did make that statement, like, look, and I'm trying to come up here to improve our people way of life. Not sustain the excuses for the stagnation and the weakness that we're displaying right now. And I just want to go on a couple of things. Just, from our generation, just looking at our generation, then I go into them. We came out of a generation to where we created hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? We created a difference from our parents' generation and the Albions, whatever, the whole world, the entire planet knew what beings was here in America that was being the leaders, and we was teenagers. We didn't realize it then. We didn't realize it then, but we knew it as years progressed, and we got older because our culture and the way of our way of life was improving. Me and you both know that hip hop or our music did not start with this crap. And you stated it on a couple of shows, and people really don't listen to pay attention, and I really do pay attention to everything. Especially when you said that how they moved the music from north to south to west to down south, so forth. People don't really analyze what's going on when they see that you are the leaders and the vanguard. And Japanese, Chinese culture, African culture, they all want to listen to you, right? So then, okay, so we're leading things, and then they come in and say, nah, we don't want to hear that knowledge no more. You know what I'm saying? We want to take out the Jill Scott and the Lauryn Hills, and we're gonna implement this back with this crap. And this is the reason why you and our generation is standing up right now. And I want the younger generation, their 20s or early 30s, to listen and understand, like, look, we really care about our peoples enough to come up here and kind of discuss this issue. It ain't nothing to kind of sit there and try to protect. The last generation, y'all are so whack, and you're only whack because you're not being creative. You're not painting. You're not airbrushing. You're not singing live. You're not doing live performances. You're not using, forget cellos and violins. You're not creating no new instruments, and you're not progressing with the intelligence of now. And this is what they got to kind of understand and comprehend. Like, listen, man, we're only talking to you because you're running it in the ground, man. You're running everything that if it was some good things that we did, you're running it in the ground with the radio stations and you're listening to Lil Wayne and they created the dude off of Biggie, and they created the female off of Lil Kim. They did that for a reason. And the reason why it's the same, you know what? It's the same. I'm gonna cut you off. It's the same prototype. Yeah. Like I said, from Biggie to it's a straight devolving. You know what I'm saying? From Biggie to Lil Kim to where you got Nicki Minaj now to where you got Rick Ross. Don't you just pay attention and see it's the same? They're just creating the same people over and over again, putting them out. The modern day Biggie is Rick Ross. The modern day Lil Kim is Nicki Minaj. So it's a downwards constant spiral of this madness. And like I said, you black men and young black Americans, you black women, y'all ain't talking about a damn thing. You ain't producing, creating. I don't want to hear nothing about, I could do this, I could do it. Then why you ain't doing that? Why I ain't hearing from you? Go out here and do something to be seen. If you are really doing this, you learn how to play instruments and all that. Be seen, be heard, pioneer something.
All right, pioneer some new music, pioneer some, be in school, be doing something and standing up and being like, okay, we young black America and we doing something smart. Prove me wrong. I would love for you to prove me wrong. But as it stands, you proving me right, because everything you say was good up until it was laced with weed, until it was laced with chemicals and all the embalming fluid on it, and your thoughts sounded incomplete. You proved me wrong. Y'all ain't talking about nothing but getting high, being in the club, smoking bud, standing in the hood with y'all pants off your ass, buying $200 sneakers. That's y'all message for the future. That's it. That's all you talking about. You black women and young black America, y'all ain't talking about nothing but a perm in your hair, how many niggas you could lay up with in the club. That's all you talking about. How many tramp stamps you could get. That's all y'all talking about. You ain't talking about nothing or getting your nails done, how many niggas you could get for their money. I'm being raw and uncut here tonight. That's all y'all ain't talking about a damn thing. Who you fooling? You just don't like the truth to come out. Hell, don't worry about the white man. He already know the truth. We don't give a damn about what he talking about. But what I'm saying is, y'all only embarrass yourself.
You're right, man. And we can't even have a decent conversation no more. They don't even realize this. Because of the degradation of the music, we can't even have an intelligent conversation no more, man. Y'all realize your vocabulary and your mind state, you know what I'm saying, because of all of this popping. And now let me say this. Let me make this one statement, Noob. Y'all don't even tell the DJs and them to cut that crap off, man. This is what's pissing me off. You sit there 3-4 hours out of a night and you listen to this crap. Y'all sisters, and you request this, and you dumb brothers, you sit here and listen to this shit for 3-4 hours. You don't say, yo, man, enough of that. You know what I'm saying?
No, they like it. They like it. They've been programmed to like it. See, because if you push a music, if you get rid of all the music and you push a ignorant music to a people constantly, you got mixtapes, these Negroes selling mixtapes in the hood of this ignorant nonsense. They pop it in their car and you hearing another idiot, you know what I'm saying, riding through the hood playing that garbage. We hear it all in New York. I would think I'm in somewhere in Atlanta somewhere, the way I hear this madness, all this southern hip-hop, I would think I'm in New York, I'm thinking I'm in Atlanta or somewhere in Kansas City or wherever the hell they producing this garbage at. Like I said, I'm like, y'all really call that music? That's noise. That's straight noise. That's noise pollution.
And y'all ain't.
You know what it's like? Let me just say this. You know what it's like?
Yeah,
it's like if I'll use the analogy of Elijah. It's like, if you give people dirty water to drink and all they drinking is dirty water, they're gonna think that dirty water is the standard of what good water is. They ain't never had good water before, and they ain't willing to drink good water because they so used to it. It's the same mentality you black men got in the hood. You black men got in the hood when somebody say, yo, y'all need to start eating organic foods and eating better foods. Stop eating the crap. Stop eating out of the chicken spot. Stop eating out of the Chinese spot. It's the same way. Organic. What's that? Give me some Burger King. Give me some. You know what I mean? That's the mentality, because you raised on mental poison. You raised on physical poison that you putting in your body. You smoking poison. So like I said, you're gonna get what comes out of your mind, which we heard earlier. That's what you're gonna get. You understand? So I'm not surprised.
Yeah, beautiful topic, man. For real, man. Because this is the realest, for real, man. I heard one brother that posted in conscious said, "Oh, don't nobody want to listen to veggie rap." You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they said they call the good things veggie rap. You know what I'm saying? So what you remember the other night? What you said? Who are you pointing them guns at? Who are you talking about selling them drugs to? I mean, like, who is this directed to? And the sisters, like, how many baby mamas? Yo, my word is my bond. I don't want to see another baby mama. I don't want to see another nigga calling me over child support. It's because you listening to this crap, man. Get your minds to the manner to where you're producing something harmonious, and that it actually conveys you to be better in life, and also, like you said, looking towards the future, because that shit that they playing, man, real talk, man, that's going to get you in jail and dead, and y'all already know it. Like you said, you niggas ain't running up banging on no police, so stop listening to that, because them cats that's on the radio talking about they having guns and shotguns and Uzi. They ain't doing it in real life. And you sisters sitting there and shaking your butt, you ain't doing that around your children. So stop acting like you're doing it around your babies or that you're going to do that around your grandmother. I ain't going to see you out there taking no nude pictures and shaking your butt to that crap around nobody that really got a sense of mind, man. I mean, people really need to stop it, man, for real, man. But go ahead, brother. I'm going to fall back because I know other people trying to get in. You know, so I just want to holler at you. No doubt. All right, peace.
Next call, 73773. 773.
Okay. I think that's it. This is my first time listening to your show, and I have to say I'm impressed with the conversation that's going on here. But I'm also in your chat room, and I want to speak to just one point. Everything that you're saying about the music, I absolutely agree with you. This music is terrible, and it's basically a subtle form of mind control. But at the same time, that's not to say that everybody, and before you start, I'm not defending it, but I'm speaking just for myself. You know, that's not to say that everybody who listens to Lil Wayne or everybody who listens to 2 Chainz and everything like that is just so horrible and just so degrading. You know, I listen to rap music myself. It's actually one of my favorite genres. But I also listen to classical music. I'm a classical musician. I play jazz music. I like jazz music. I played with Clark Terry. I played for Clark Terry. I played with the Marcellus Brothers. I own two businesses. I'm working on a third. And, yes, I also do smoke reefer. I grow my own, but I do smoke it. It's not to say that I smoke it while I'm at business or while I'm carrying on meetings or anything like that. But just to say that specific people do these types of things doesn't mean or doesn't automatically slate them into ignorance.
Well, okay. Let me say this. Do you grow your own weed?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, I don't glorify weed. I did this broadcast on smoking weed and why it's not meant to be smoked, because the minute you burn marijuana, you turn it into a chemical. It's supposed to be drank or, consumed that way in its natural herbal form. The minute you burn it, it becomes a carbon monoxide and you turn it into a poison and you're inhaling smoke, all right, which causes a dementia or disorientation in you that you might not feel. And like I said, I know y'all like that for the get high purpose of it, but down the line, like I said, a lot of this stuff they're smoking, a lot of the stuff we inhaling and whatnot, it's going to mess up the mindset of our people. A lot of our people would be producing on a higher level, right, if we didn't have this weed culture, right, along, because this is what it's really about. This is a culture that's being produced, where everybody is sticking up for getting high. Everybody's sticking up for ignorant music. Everybody's sticking up for this, and it touches people in one way, shape, or form. You don't have to be out here standing on the corner banging on nobody, but like I said, it touched you in a way, shape, or form because, it seems like that's a part of your life. You smoke. Well, I don't know how often you smoke weed, but it seems like it's a part of your everyday life. I'm just assuming, right?
Well, with that right there, okay, the only, and I'm gonna say, because I'm a realist, as my wife says, the only reason, and it could be a byproduct of the whole getting high thing, but the only reason I do it is because when you smoke, you kind of, the best way I could put it is fold in on yourself, and it kind of gives you a little bit more opportunity to kind of focus and center on your thoughts. Only reason I do it. I don't do it to sit back and say, oh, yeah, I'm cool. I'm too grown for that. I got kids. I ain't got time for all of that. Okay? And secondly, I smoke, but it's not like a everyday thing, because the same thing could be said towards alcohol. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm not defending it because I agree with you 100%. Because the only reason I can say I'm in this position is because I was lucky enough to be able to look at my situation coming from the hood and to be able to step out of that, okay? But I do want to speak to your point of the one guy who called in earlier talking about, all the hip-hop music, yeah, it keeps you centered in a certain mind state. Yes, it does. It keeps you centered in that mind state of ignorance. And so far, everybody who I've heard that called in, with the exception of that one young lady, proved your point down to the T. I mean, I don't understand how you're going to call in talking about I'm making weapons and stuff like this on a show that's speaking of this lame generation. I mean, come on now, really?
Yeah, you prove my point. Like I said, it's a mindset, and it's a degenerated lifestyle, because that shows that, like I said, this society, this generation don't know the difference between stupid and smart, because that was just dumb. That was just dumb.
That really was. And I mean, I'm sitting here listening. That comment right there is what prompted me to call in, because I'm like, it don't make no sense. I mean, it's tough love, and you're just right. I mean, everything that you're saying, I mean, it's a bit harsh. Don't get me wrong, it's a bit harsh, but it's a truth that needs to be said.
Life is hard. Life is harsh. We've been in harsh conditions ever since we got here, but now the black man all of a sudden want to get sensitive because I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth that we producing a degenerated form of people. Because like I said, it used to be a time where certain people did certain things and whatnot, and there was, your people who did this and they did that. But now it's like a whole generation seems like it's just going down the toilet. And they're touched by it in one way, shape, or form. Like I said, you don't have to be the gangbanger standing on the corner or in the club shooting up the club or selling dope, but it touches you in one form, shape, or other. Because, like I said, it dumbs you down in some way. It's like that plague that you can't escape. Like if the black man is sitting around here at 40 years old, like I said, playing damn video games and sitting around doing nothing, being a zero, ain't taking care of his family, sitting around here trying to still be a rapper at 45, 50 years old. You understand? He's not trying to grow up, because we got a lot of black men like that, and this generation, that culture helped produce that purposely.
Right, and you see, and I agree with that, but you see, at the same time, it's also another side to that, because that's not the whole young generation, because, even, I may be 28, I'm not 17, 16 no more, but, I know a lot of black men, a lot of young black men who are the exact opposite of that. We listen to rap. Not all my friends smoke weed and everything like that, but at the same time, I don't have, all of my friends are successful, and all of my friends are black. Every last one of my friends are business owners, and I'm talking about multiple businesses, not just one. And I'm not talking about no street pharmacists. That ain't no business. That's jail. Mm-hmm. Okay, but then with that, I mean, it's also, with the successful black men out here, we don't see that. Okay, all that we do see is the brothers going to jail, brothers getting locked up, ignorant men, stuff like that. But you have to realize where all of this information is also coming from, because we have more black people in college than we do in jail. That's a fact. Okay, we have more black people that's successful than that's drug dealers. But you have to look at where the control of the information is coming from. Just like the white folks control the music, they also control the media. Just like that.
Let me. I don't mean to cut you off. Let me show you something. Now, you said you got a lot of successful black people out here, right? You got a lot of black people, more black people in college than in jail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you name me one black person that owns a motion picture company? A real motion picture company that produces a film from start, putting up the budget, all the way to the end. And please don't say Tyler Perry, because he goes through Lionsgate. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you
I was not going to say Tyler Perry, but looking at that same exact example, you have to look at the power. You have to look at the power flow of this world.
No, okay? No. I'm saying this for a reason, because for all the black men who claim they making money and they doing something in society, that's another submental offshoot of that whole hip hop mentality. There is people who are mistaking getting money for success. Let me explain what I mean. If you cannot create an industry, right? Because we don't have entrepreneurs. We don't have independent business people anymore. We have people who are trying to be hustlers, trying to make money, trying to get dollars and whatnot, and they create businesses just for that. Businesses that don't have no real control or any real influence on the people. They just do short-time things or small things where they just, it can generate income and cash here, but there's no control there. Because that's how you're able to have a record corporation that with no independent black record corporation, no independent black motion picture companies, no independent television companies, aside from TV One and Oprah Winfrey. She don't count because she's under the Discovery Channel. But you don't have any black. You don't see young black people in masses going to medical school no more. You don't see them going to dental school anymore. You don't see that being the call of the day where black people are starting to step up and pioneer and be the ones moving ahead in the forefront. Like you seen at one point in time in the 60s and the 70s when you had Berry Gordy, at least he started Motown and things like you don't see that. So that's a sign that's a sign that our people have taken on through the hip-hop, partially due to hip-hop, that whole hustler mentality and that success means making money just so you can turn around and give it right back to the white man for all kind of materialistic nonsense and call that being successful.
And I agree with you, but you know what? It's a shameless plug, but I'm going to use my business as an example, okay? I own a travel business. It's called Kanji Travels, okay? And with my business, I have two goals, okay? Because, you see, I come from the hood. I come from the belly of the beast, okay? You see, I understand that lifestyle. And with that lifestyle, a lot of people don't normally leave a block, okay? With my business, okay, I have traveled up. I have partnered up with a lot of different mainstream travel companies, Expedia, Orbitz, American Airlines. I'm one of the only websites in the world besides Southwest where you can get Southwest tickets. Okay, and my whole mission, every quarter, every 4 months, I am proud to say that I put at least $100,000 back into my hood. And then I changed the lives of black people in my neighborhood by allowing them the opportunity to be able to afford travel that they would not be able to do so. Okay, I'm talking about places like Greece, China, Rome, places that you only see on television, a place that a normal black man being told by somebody you'll never be able to go there because you won't be able to do it because your education level will only allow you to be able to flip burgers. I don't believe in that. Okay, so it may not be that we don't have any black major motion picture networks or anything like that, but there are those out there, and you know, I don't want to just I just want to step up and defend those of us who are, you know, making that step in that direction that you are speaking of, you know, to try to move the stigma of the young black man as just a nigga. Okay, and that was really it. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you, brother. I applaud you on what you're doing. I'll take another call. Thank you. 404. 404, you on air?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
What's going on? This brother Shabazz here, brother Kenny Shabazz. Yeah, I like the show, man. I think you're keeping it real. As a matter of fact, you're actually doing what used to be. It used to be, I know when I grew up as a shorty, the OGs was on our neck. So it's like, you know, we had our clique of young guys, and whenever we thought we could do something that was kind of like uncanny or foul, here come the older brothers always grabbing us up. Yo, man, take this hat off, man. Just straighten that hat up, man. How's you walking like that? Hey, man, matter of fact, y'all get back here, man. We going to do karate practice. And we would be like, how can I put it? We could be like crash dummies for the older cats, right? But we learned how to fight because they was using us as, you know what I'm saying, crash dummies. They was practicing on us. But the long story short is that we had the OGs there. We had the older guys there making sure that the younger guys couldn't get out of line. You know what I'm saying? I remember when, we could be saying something and, be walking down the street talking amongst each other and just say something and do one of the older guys, man, hey, what you just say, dog? And straighten you out. You'd be like, no, I ain't say nothing, man. All right, man, get it together. Hey, man, why y'all still out here anyway, man? Y'all need to be in the crib. And it was a wrap. We went to the crib. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we don't have that military position anymore, and that's where the problem lies. You could have did that from where how I grew up. Man, the dudes that I grew up with, the older cats, man, your pants is down, dude. They gonna bang you. Trust me, you're not gonna wear your pants down like that. The OGs is gonna handle you, and what you gonna do? That you ain't gonna do nothing because they was the earlier cats. You ain't gonna be as bad as they was. They know all the, all the tricks, all the hood stuff. They know everything. So it was order. It wasn't as foul as how it is now. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's gonna probably have to get back to that, and I think that's what you're doing now by having a forum like this. That you're really pretty much taking on the responsibility. And I commend you for that. You're taking on the responsibility that the older guys used to take on. It's like they disappeared or something. I don't know what's going on. Almost like they fear this nation or fear this Generation X or something. They scared. And these dudes is punks, man. They just running around here being wild because they fatherless and ain't no big brother on the scene. There's no mentors. There's nothing. Remember, we had the park districts. We had leagues. We was playing basketball. We had Little League. You know, there was more sports. Now it's about video games and blunts. You throw a football at these cats, they look at you like you're crazy now, you know, where we didn't have that, man. We played street football. We did a lot of things that were organized, and I think that played a part in it. But a lot of things have been removed and eliminated, but we still should be responsible. It should be more men like yourself holding these conversations amongst other men, you know what I'm saying, as well as coming together on some idealisms on how we can actually make those changes. It needs to be a new trend started, which is what I believe that's what you're doing now in this panel, and that is to let's come together as the mature people in the society and say, you know, no more of this. You know what I'm saying? We got to, and it starts in your home with your own child, you know what I'm saying, with your own daughter, you know, to get her together. You know, you can't wear that. That's too tight. You know, what are you doing? Are you trying to attract people to you, or you want to get raped, or what? So a lot of that has to take place in the home. And I'm just glad that there is a forum on this, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we can listen to spiritual leaders, you know, and I listen to spiritual leaders, but, you know, grassroots, it really starts man, in the home, and it starts in the community, and you don't have to have a religion to have morals, you know what I mean, and have some kind of, you know, some type of a mindset that you can work with that can bring balance to a community, man. You got to be this wild, man. These cats, man, they don't even know they dressing like, you know, gay people, and they're straight. And I'm looking like, dude, that's look what you got on this open shirt with these stripes and these girl gym shoes on.
Yeah, tight pants on. Wearing the white men got these Negroes wearing skinny jeans now. You got these Negroes wearing skinny jeans now, hanging off their ass, and that's the new style today. That's the new look. But like I said, they'll put that out there just to feminize the black man, the young black man. A lot of you young black men, y'all feminized and whatnot. You could even hear it come out in their emotion. Even when y'all trying to act hard, you still hear the emotion and the feminization behind your voice. That's why you get so over-emotional. It's coming out in you. You know, it's coming out in you young black man. And like I said, I thank you, brother, for seeing what I'm trying to do in doing this, because a lot of people feel like I'm trying to put people down. But like I said, it's the same way my father did me, because my father was hard on me when, you know, I'm going to tell you honestly, when I was like 16, 17 years old, we started this with wearing the sagging pants, but we wasn't wearing them down low like that. We the one that started to sag the pants and whatnot. We didn't call it sagging back in the 80s and whatnot. We started pulling the pants down some and whatnot. My father said, man, pull your goddamn pants up. My father said that to me. And he was like, he was ready to duff me out. You know what I'm saying? He ready to, you know, duff me out like straight up with his hands.
If you remember, the pants was falling only because they were making them big then.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, you know, they would make these sizes so big so that so they could make money. Because, you know, if the tall guy didn't, there was like the bigger guy they would make the pants for, and then they would figure like, we don't need to make them for smaller people because everybody will just wear them. But we better make sure we cover down on people who are this tall or this width in waist. And I remember that, so people would compensate because they like, yo, man, you know, I need to get these jeans. They don't have them. They don't got 36-30. They got 36-34s or 32. You know, and you just rock them, boys. You know, you had your Timbs on, so the Timbs covered down on any, drooping. And then you just, you know, your pants was big, and that was the thing. You know what I'm saying? And they dropped a little bit. Then it turned into a culture.
Yeah, it's the same thing. They don't even understand that. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with the tight pants. What they don't realize is that they obviously got a shortage on material. So they making the pants smaller for a reason. You know what I mean? And they get these guys to start wearing them and make a style out of it. Obviously, they when they do stuff like that, they want to save money in the fashion industry. So they'll make one standard size of pants and whatnot. They're not going to make all these different types of sizes because that costs money. So they'll make it all one standard skinny jean, and they'll just throw it at you and tell you to wear it. Now it's a style. That's basically what young Black America has become. They become basically the sounding board of whatever ignorant madness the white man want to throw up on. He wants you Negroes sucking on pacifiers. Y'all was doing it. Remember they was wearing the baby hats and the pacifiers? Remember that?
I remember that. Now check this out. It is by design too, because I looked in a magazine and they had Derrick Rose in the magazine with these super tight suits on and these tight jeans and tight clothes on, and Derrick don't even wear that stuff. He don't even wear it on a normal basis. But he had to take photo shoots for a magazine, and he had on all this stuff that he don't even wear. But he had to advertise that look. So I'm like, okay, this is by design. Derrick Rose is an icon. They know young Black men are looking at this. So young Black men is like, yo, that's dope. Look at what he got on. So they're going to go out here and they're going to definitely perpetuate what they see. So they're pushing that on them, too. They're pushing that. They're designing this stuff on purpose, making cats look like freaks and homos,
Yeah,
it's sick.
Much. And tattooing themselves up, getting body piercings. You Black men walking around. Now y'all all pin cushions now. Y'all got piercings everywhere. The Black woman got piercings in her face and her tongue all over. She's like the white woman now. She ain't no different now. Like they all the same now. They part of that same culture. But thank you, brother, for calling out. I'm glad.
If I could just drop this, let me drop this real quick. The other thing, I just want to say this real quick, and I'm done. I found out why these young people say people are old. Like you might be 25 and a 19-year-old will say, oh, you old. That's because they want the older people to be responsible for their having babies at an early age. Because, see, they're going to be a grandmama by the time they're 30. So they want to compensate for that by calling you old at a younger adult age now. That's the new shit. When I was 7 and 10 years old, my brother and sister, they was in their late 20s. I never saw them as old. I saw them as people who had advantages because they had a little more age to be able to do things. Never did I see them as old. This new culture of people calling you old now because you may be 10 years older than them. I'm not old. I'm not a senior citizen. I'm not walking around with a cane. I can get on the court. I can break your ankles just as severely as any young person can. You know what I'm saying? I play ball with young boys, and half of them can't even play enough games. They quit. They don't even have our energy. So
they don't smoke. They lungs is gone. They lungs is gone from smoking weed and drinking liquor. Yeah. They killing themselves, man. They just killing. But they making babies early, and then they making babies early, and then blaming us for it. Like, oh, you old. Oh, because you're going to be a grandmother by 30, huh? That's why I'm old. Get out of here. Well, you know why they say that? I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you why they say that. Because this young generation, when they say that, what they really telling you is that they don't expect to see your age. They're at the height of everything they're going to do in the world, so they figure to them age of being old is the end of something. They don't expect to see your age. And you look at them right now, you don't see them really growing up. You don't really see them evolving past what they are. And anybody that's not evolving or growing past where they are mentally, they're pretty much dying.
My man.
All right.
That's the truth. Yes, sir, brother. Well, thank you, bro, for giving me the opportunity to holler at you.
No problem, brother. Thanks for calling in.
Yes, sir.
Peace. 347-579. You're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Cartel.
Hey, Cartel. What's up, brother?
Nothing much.
Mr. Cartel Menquez, young brother from this generation, a bright brother from this generation and whatnot, in his 20s and whatnot. He good brother, 23, right?
22.
22. Yeah, young
Ain't
brother.
That old yet.
All right.
Thank you. Now, I just wanted to say because, like, I just find it funny how people always talk about weed and they go in about it. Oh yeah, expand your mind. But it's like when I was in school and they told us about drugs and whatnot, they would always say that weed was a gateway drug. And, I'm sitting there thinking about it. And I'm like, gateway to where? Like, where are you going? Through this gateway when you're smoking this drug, And it's like, since it's all up in our culture, it's all up in the hip-hop culture and doing all these crazy things to people's minds and whatnot. And, when people sit there and listen to hip-hop over and over again, because even Lil Wayne said it, repetition is the father of learning. So it's like now you got this drug in you, and now you're sitting here listening to hip-hop, eventually you're going to learn what's being produced, and that's how you're going to act. So when you're sitting there producing this on a younger culture, like, you know, you're going to produce an ignorant culture, you know. And I just find it funny how every time I talk about the youth and, like, you know, trying to, you know, better them, trying to get them in different programs and just setting up, you know, certain things that can just broaden their mindset, people just stir off topic. Or they just, like, you know, they shut it down. They try to shy away from what I'm saying. And I'm just like, okay, why are you doing that?
Well, because their brains are gone. Let me tell you something. For all you cats who talking about this BS about how weed expand your mind, this new young black generation, how you talking about how you smoke weed because it expand your mind. Well, you know what? Since all of y'all smoke weed, and the majority of you cats who listen to hip-hop, y'all all smoke weed now, what the hell are you doing in this world? Like, since your mind's so expanded, what is the output? What is the physical output? Since your mind's expanded with all these great thoughts and these highly advanced, evolved thoughts, what the hell are you black men and black women doing? What are you doing other than standing around on the corner smoking weed and whatnot, talking about how advanced your thinking is and whatnot? What are you putting out? Other than some ignorant hip-hop or going to the studio and putting out some more ignorant-ass hip-hop? What are you doing? Some more smoking in the club, more chasing hoes, some more selling some blow, and you niggas never probably even had your hands on an ounce of cocaine. You understand? What the hell are you really doing? Are you going to come up with the next scientific equation? Probably not. Are you going to be the next doctors or next engineers of the new millennium? Probably not.
They just got a gift for gab. That's it.
Yeah, just some simple-minded Negroes standing on the corner, gonna be the next being the next jail cell built by the damn white man. They're gonna be in the next jail cell, next prison cell, next number stencil on your back. That's what you're sitting around here waiting on. You're throwing bricks at the penitentiary, or you talking about some gang nonsense, right? Because and when you cats talk that stuff, like I said, that's penitentiary talk. I call that penitentiary talk. You know, you waiting for the white man to come, and he's just gonna basically, because if we don't sit up here and have conversations like that, then you know what's gonna happen? He'll end up being your damn authoritarian figure. Because a lot of you young cats, you looking to be schooled, you looking for authority, but what ends up happening, unfortunately, is you get the authority when you sitting behind bars for 20 years, 30 years. Then that's when you get told when to go to bed, when to get up, something you never had in your home when you was growing up.
Yep.
So you get to the authoritarian.
And that's true, because, like, I went through the same situation. Like, you know, last year, whatever, I got caught up in some stuff, whatever, and I was in jail for 6 months, you know, and I did look for that authority. I was in boot camp for basically like half of my time, you know, but I did seek that authority because I'm sitting there looking at my life. I'm like, yo, this ain't right. I ain't supposed to be in here, you know, waking up, being told when to go to bed, being told when to eat, being told when to go outside. I want my freedom. And plus, there ain't no women in jail neither. So it's like, come on now. Like, you know, but
a lot of these young cats, they don't. Here's the big another secret. A lot of you guys, not you, but a lot of these young cats and that's coming up in this age, y'all really don't like women anyway. Half your energy's going. I tell you, young black women, this. You looking up here to get. That's why a lot of these young black girls, they turn into lesbians, because a lot of these young black cats up here in young black America, they don't really like women. All right, they ain't got enough energy for you young girls, because they smoking weed. They you know where their energy's at? Their energy is smoking weed. It's going into smoking weed, playing video games, standing around trying to sell enough drugs to get a pair of $250 Nike foams, going to the next club, and that's where all the energy is. So by the time all that, then he'll get a few hours sleep. By the time all of his day is gone, by the time all his ritualistic madness of his day is gone, he ain't got no time to screw you. He ain't got enough. He ain't got enough energy to look at your behind as you walk down the street. You see young black men, these young black cats. They'll sit up here, and I watched y'all. Not saying you, but I'm just saying I watch these young dudes. And a girl will walk by, and this is something fellas do naturally. A sister will walk by, and she might have a nice shape and whatnot. And the brothers, you know, the older cats, we checking out the girls with the nice shape. The young cats, they don't even look at the girls no more. Because they so preoccupied smoking weed, they got their ear plugs in, listening to some more ignorant hip hop, and they sit up here screw facing and trying to worry about going to the next gang fight. That's what y'all think about. Y'all don't want the women no more. So now your homeboy becomes could possibly be your homegirl. You know what I mean? That could be your butt buddy. I don't know. This cat's into that.
You know. And you know, and on the side, like, you know, you look at the hood sister or the hood chick, whatever, and she's so caught up in all this madness. Like, you know, it's like 9 times out of 10, the dude don't want her because, like, you know, she's in here acting like an animal. You know, she acting like she ain't got no goddamn sense. We all wild out in her hair, looking like Nicki Minaj. Like, are you serious? Like, you know, but you want a good man.
Yeah. No, she don't even. That's just something she heard on some reality show. She heard that about wanting a good man on Basketball Wives. When them washed up hookers on there, they sitting up there talking about, oh yeah, I want a good weave all out of her head and whatnot, looking all crazy and whatnot, like something that escaped out the damn zoo. You know what I mean, like I said, they man, like a lot of you just get yourself together, man. You know, get yourself together. A lot of you young cats, I hope, because like I said, this brother right here is a member of the State of Mentel, Brother Cartel Minquez, member of the State of Mentel, good soldier, 22 years old. I do that for him, generation like him. Sister Brittany Light listening, she's 18, member, about to become a member of the State of Mentel. We do this for sisters and brothers like that. That's the future generation I'm out here doing this for. A lot of you cats who want to stand up for stupidity and come on here in the name of ignorance and still talking about, well, we still here, we going to be here. Yeah, you're going to still be here, just like roaches, just like scum, just like crap in the corner. You know what I mean? Yeah, crap in the corner and roaches and scum got its place in the world, so I guess you got your place in the goddamn world too. You know? So,
that's good.
You know, I guess you got your place in the world too. You know, but like I said, you'll just be serving somebody else's purpose. Because, like George Bush said, no one gonna be left behind. You Negroes ain't gonna be able to stand around the hoods of America no more, smoking weed and being zeros in the hood. That's about to come to an end. Because there's a shortage of space on the planet. And you Negroes are taking up too much goddamn space. So, like I said, they want you to kill each other off, outsmoke each other, shoot each other in the hood, end up in jail where you gonna go back in the damn bondage. You know what I mean? So, like I said, that's already a done deal, and y'all living it out. So, you know.
Basically, right? You know. Well, I'm not gonna take up no more time. You know, I know you guys are caller, so.
Yeah, you got the last one on here and whatnot. I'm gonna play a little bit of music. I wanna get me a little, take me a little break, drink some water. So.
Yeah, I got you. All right, man.
Brother Cartel Minquez, thanks for calling, brother.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. We're going to play a little bit of music. Let me see what I want to play. It's a mellow night. Other than, like I said, the obvious, you know, nonsense that we get, you know. Play a little bit of music. Something from Sweetback called You Will Rise. We'll be right back. April 28th in Brooklyn, New York City is the Black Evolution reception. The Black Evolution reception, right? They're going from the black race. We're going from the black race to the bright race, the solar intelligent people, the rise of the solar intelligent race. We are in a race, people. We are trying to catch up with the evolution of our thoughts. We're trying to connect to our future selves, those of us who exist in the future. We're trying to connect to our higher selves, our future selves, because our higher selves is our future selves. And it is up to us to continue mentally causing this explosion and making ourselves the chosen ones of the future, right? Not with this ignorant mindset that we have now. We got to move past that. So April 28th, Sunday, April 28th is the State of Mentel's Black Evolution Conference. We're evolving from the black race into the bright race. That's an evolution from the black into the bright, the solar intelligent ones, right? The supreme people, the true supreme people, right? Trying to raise the intelligence of my people. That's why I do broadcasts like this. You guys who sit up here and talk about you smoke weed, because like I said, I want to show me what it is you guys have developed based on your weed smoke. Right? Show me what you guys, since it expand your mind, you black men talking about help you think and expand your mind and this and the third. Can you show me what you black men have come up with based on your marijuana smoking, your weed smoking? Can you show me what you black men have come up with? What have you accomplished? What have you done? I don't want to hear a bunch of fake and phony accomplishments. I want to hear some real accomplishments, right? Because, you know, we came from people that were building ancient cities and ancient governments in ancient Egypt and Nubia and all these other places We came from people that did that, right? To black men building record companies and like Berry Gordy and John H. Johnson, who built Ebony Magazine, right? Who didn't smoke weed. And these men built all this stuff, independent businesses, to you black men today who are standing around the hood, and y'all came up with this whole idea that smoking weed expand your mind, and I don't see you doing a damn thing. I don't see y'all building nothing, right? I would say that's a degeneration, wouldn't you? You black men, y'all standing on the corner, smoking weed, getting drunk, in the club, tearing up the club, you know, fighting each other, shooting at each other, right? Selling drugs to each other, listening to ignorant hip-hop. Yeah, and smoking weed, which is expanding your minds to do that. And you sitting there, and you got enough of a mentality left to play video games. That's the mentality. You got enough of mentality. You got enough of your mentality to play video games left. Right? That's where that goes at. Right? That's what you black men are accomplishing in the hood. Right? You black women, y'all sitting up in the Asian place, right? You sitting up in the Asian place inhaling chemicals, putting chemicals in your hair, right? Coloring your hair to look like Barbie, like Nicki Minaj, trying to plump up your ass to make it fatter, right? That's what y'all trying to do, right? Because that's what looks good in the video. You, like I said, the Young Black America is like one big ignorant ass rap video, produced by Lil Wayne and a former producer of Part 1, Lil Jon, right? And Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj and all these other people. They keep putting the same people in front of your damn face. They put the same people in your face every time you turn around. The same people are in your face, programming y'all, creating a bunch of zeros. And the fact that you could stand up for this stupidity and this madness, where every time you turn around, all you black men seem like now smoke weed. Y'all chemically dependent, because that's really what it is. You're chemically dependent because you're smoking goddamn chemicals. You know, that stuff that the chemical companies they spray when they go in what you call crop circles, where they spraying all kind of chemicals on the crop because they know it's going to come here and they know y'all going to smoke it. Now, they know it's coming here, and they know you're going to smoke it. And they know y'all going to lose a lot of brain cells, and it'll keep y'all in the hood playing video games, standing on the corner being zeros, right? They know. They know it's going to keep y'all doing that, just basically being nothings, right? They know it, right? They know that the majority of our people are not going to do anything, you know? They know... well, let me read this, and I don't fit the bill of an ignorant generation. Well, I was reading a little something in the chat room. I was struck by that. What are you black men accomplishing? What are you black women accomplishing? That's my question. Because if you talk about we came from such great people, why are you not continuing it? If you're saying we came from ancient Egypt and we came from all these places, why are you not in continuation? That means y'all should be better. You should be more advanced, more evolved, and you should be working toward that. That's not happening in this society. This is the young black America. Young black America is getting worse and worse. You got young black America, you tell them about ancient this or ancient that or ancient ants or whatever. Tell them about Egyptians or whatever. Oh, that's that devil shit. I don't know about that. That's some devil. They was devils back then. And they're going to put their white Jesus Christ piece on that they saw from their favorite rapper. Right? But they're not destroyed, right? You black men are not destroyed mentally, right? No, your minds are straight. You know? Right? Like I said, the black man is always good for talking about how many businesses you got. Yeah, like I said, you black men here in America, all y'all good for doing is making money and giving it to the white man. You're not building no schools for your children. You're not going to go and build no independent corporations. You're not going to get together and build no motion picture corporations or record corporations. Y'all just do little side hustles that you call business to make money, right? We in the water business here in the state of Mentel, and we pushing our water business strong. I got a plan for this. We're going to build other independent businesses within the state of Mentel where we starting with water. Get your game up. Get your minds up. You understand? We got a bigger picture. Right? We got a bigger picture for what we doing. So nobody could say, oh, well, what you doing? We doing a lot. We doing a lot in the raising and the evolution of our people. We doing a lot. Just here in New York City. We got 7 minutes left. Let me go and answer these questions. Why is young black America really so lame? Because the former generation partly played a role in it. Right? 2 generations raised up on hip-hop, and that was the gateway for the music to get more ignorant, right? There was no gap or generation gap, which I said is always supposed to be a generation gap between fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, because, like I said, your son is not your homeboy, and your daughter's not your homegirl. Y'all supposed to be parent and child. You're supposed to be raising them. Y'all ain't supposed to be growing up together. And that's what the hell happened. That's what happened. Y'all not supposed to be growing up together. That's what happened with a lot of, and of course, drug-addicted mothers and crack and all this. Yeah. But a lot of y'all moms were messed up anyway. It was babies having babies, people who were not developed mentally, right? Which produced a bunch of new generation lame brains, but who don't know the difference between ignorant and smart, who walk around with their pants hanging down thinking that's intelligent, following a style like a bunch of 2013 remote control, mind control slaves, right? Is it due to the past generation? Yes, I said it's due to the past generation and the fact that my generation didn't leave nothing behind. And it started degenerating and breaking down once we get into these cities and we got amongst certain people. And we allowed them to influence us in schools, miseducation, because we should have been building schools for our babies ourselves. We shouldn't have been looking to nobody else to do nothing for us. And you black men, you still are like that. You still look for the system to handle education to your children. You still look for the system to give you a job or just to make money so you can spend and feed the system. That's not successful. Successful is building independent enterprises, or at least getting on that level and thinking that way and working toward it. Right? What does it mean to really be lame? Lame means to be mentally or physically disabled. And a lot of our people have become mentally and physically disabled due to the drugs you're smoking, due to the submental ways of thinking that you've adopted. You become mentally disabled. You're not thinking. You're just reacting. You're following a program that's not you. So to stop this nonsense about, oh, I'm doing me, we just doing, you ain't doing, you doing somebody else. You doing an image that was set up by somebody else in the record industry, the people that produce that ignorant-ass music that you listen to. You doing them. You ain't doing you. You don't even know who you is. That's how they can get the masses you to follow this nonsense without thinking. Who started this, the lame mentality in young black America? Yeah, rappers, produced by your white corporations, right? Who put that music out. They work hand in hand, right? Produce one big ignorant picture to make sure they stay in control and keep a young generation ignorant. And y'all buy and feed into it all the time. That's how you really keep control of the people. You control their educational system. You control what they listen to. You control every last aspect of their life through what they think. Propaganda, mental propaganda. And it kept y'all in submental ways of thinking to the point where you come up here and argue about a bunch of stupidity. What will end the lame mentality of young black America? Right? Some are not going to, for some people it's never going to end. For others, some of our people are going to wake up, have this bright evolution, and hopefully you'll come home to where you belong in the state of Mentel, where we raise in the minds of our people, and we're separating from the ignorant ones of our people who don't want this message. Because the ignorant ones of our people that don't want this message, we're not talking to you. We're not putting no energy into you. Nobody trying to argue with you. Nobody trying to fight with you. Go somewhere, smoke your weed, and do what you do. All right? And that's it. Nobody trying to argue with you. Nobody trying to convince you, whatever. Just go somewhere, smoke your weed, sit down, and have a nice day, and just, keep living in your life of zeros, till you drop off the planet. And that's it. Tough love, tough titty. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkarayzz. This has been State of Mentel Radio. Join us Friday for another interesting topic as we take on and push forward in this mental evolution that we're going through. I am the selectual leader of the State of Mentel. The selectual leader. We've introduced a new word in the State of Mentel. Like I said, April 28th, State of Mentel Black Evolution Project. Once again, I am the intellectual Nuben Menkarayzz. This has been State of Mentel Radio. Good night.
It's the public, a mental act. Rising out the black race to the white race, out the black race to the white race. The students public, a mental act. Black race to the white race. If it's hell, I'm and then it's hell us. They tried everything just to spell us. Fed us religion, gave us fake gods. Through all of that, we beat the odds. Now we coming together under one flag. Colors red, gold, and blue. Superman, Superwoman, that's me and you. The infinite capabilities that we can do.